What is going on, guys? Welcome to Double Tap. This is Mash Those Buttons podcast dedicated to the FGC. I am your host, Crash, of course, and with me we've got Static Gorilla in the building. Bring on this week's episode. What's going on, homie?
Chilling, not much. I have seen a franchise video. Oh no, not video. A movie about Scream 6.
Oh, you actually watched it?
Without seeing any of the first 5 movies.
You've never watched Scream?
I get the premise. Some girl did a presentation in college of all 3 videos.
It's a great series. It's actually
I heard that it holds up, and I'm pretty surprised. But that's not why we're here.
That's not why we're here. Even though, shout out to that.
Ask me how my day was.
How was your day?
You asked me how my day was.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, cool. You asked me what you did. You didn't tell me how your day was, but I get the premise. But you know what it is. This is Double Tap. This is a podcast dedicated to everything and anything in the fighting game community, guys. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us for another episode this week. Of course, this is episode number 313, recorded today on the 20th of March. I think we're at this cusp of spring coming up. Them spring allergies, but locals are going to start opening up a bit more. Some more traveling's going to go down. It's going to be a good old time, guys. So for those that are new, we appreciate you getting swindled into listening to us. However way you may have gotten swindled, whether you saw us on iTunes, Spotify, or maybe you checked us out on Twitter or maybe YouTube at Double Tap FGC. We appreciate you sticking by us. I'll guarantee you this show will be worth the time. And for those that are returning and giving us an extra 2 quarters for another credit, we appreciate y'all for helping us continue this week. So let's go on to it real quick. Meza won't be here this week. He's out. He will return eventually. TBD. All right. So with that, we've got some. I'm like trying not to move my hands in a Ip Man kind of style or like Bruce Lee kind of style, because I kind of kept watching the trailer a little bit. But we got some gameplay trailer this week.
Okay.
Not just from one franchise, but another. And we're gonna be breaking it out. We got a lot of stuff to talk about this week.
I thought you were gonna mention like John Wick because.
Oh no, I gotta see that this week. I'm a peep.
Soon.
Yeah, that's soon. This week actually there's a lot going on.
Yeah, Friday's loaded.
Yeah, Friday straight up. All right. So let's see. You know, since I talked about it, let's jump right into it. Tekken. Let's go with what's actually due. So martial law gameplay has actually kind of been out for a little bit. We actually didn't cover it yet. I think it's been out for almost a week. It was just about. I think it might have been the day. It was the day after last week's show. So that's why we hadn't seen it. So we didn't get a chance to cover it. Yeah, they do. They do love Tuesdays, man. I'm tired of the days of us having to move around our episode, like our episode days to record. You guys don't realize, for the long-term listeners, y'all know we have switched up how many times when this podcast episode happens, and it doesn't fail that whenever we sit on a day, it's always the next day. FGC news happens to blow up, and we just have to wait a week before we can talk about it.
Every time.
Happens way too often. But yeah, so we got some martial law gameplay got dropped on the Bandai Namco YouTube page. Did you get a chance to check it out yet?
Oh yes, of course. I've shared it with my brothers. They are. We all used to main law. My brother goes, "Oh, he looks younger," and I'm like, "Well, it's his son. It's Marsh. Wait, which one is the older one?
No, martial law is the.
It doesn't say it in the beginning.
This is the older one.
This is
no, because martial law, the father has the claw marks on his chest. That's how you know. That's like the giveaway.
You're saying this is the older one?
This is the older one, I believe. Am I wrong?
I don't know.
Yo, my Tekken license is about to get taken away. Hold on.
I remember Tekken 3. They're saying Forest Law wins, and I'm like, why is the name Forest?
Hold up.
Yep,
Am I wrong?
Pretty sure this is the younger one.
No, introduced in the original Tekken game.
So original was Marshall?
Yeah, no, Marshall was original. His son is Forrest. I'm right. Yeah, Forrest is the younger one. I'm not tripping here. Okay. All right, I get to keep my Tekken card. Let's go. I'm sorry. I thought I was gonna mess that up.
Then tell you what. Then one, I was wrong about him being younger, or the younger version of him being whatever. But yeah, so my brother is right. Why does he look younger? I don't know.
I don't know. Yo, listen, I just know in between these two trailers, we get to see a lot of muscle flexing, a lot of vascularity here in these bodies. Like they're going for something. But out of the characters we've seen so far, I think martial law is actually the most like in terms of his face, because you know whatever frame you want to pause at, it's kind of gold. Like even this one right here that we're seeing, his face just like opened up, about to do the whole chest double stomp, leg stomp on your chest while you're down. Obviously an homage to Game of Death.
Was that what it?
Wait, was it Game of Death? Damn it, bro, you're killing me here.
Oh man, here we go. I mean, he has the slash around his chest, so
I believe Game of Death is the one on the island. I believe Game of Death is the one on the because that's the one where oh shit, am I wrong? Isn't that the same one with the jumpsuit?
No,
you're right.
The jumpsuit,
you're right. That's Game of Death. That's
yes.
Game of Death. Enter the Dragon is the one we're thinking about. That's paying homage to.
Yelling for a long time after he just stepped on Bolo.
Was it Bolo? No, it wasn't Bolo. It was the other guy with the scar, with the face on his scar.
Yes.
Where they did the hand, like who's faster, and he like knocks him twice because Bruce Lee's that fast. Listen, I know we're going on a rant, but who doesn't love a good martial arts movie? But who doesn't also love some martial arts in your fighting games?
And this is perfect. I'm sorry. I just like the Paul slash Law, just the whole thing. It's just a good sort of homage to like even Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee type. And just the whole time, like they've been having rivalries and partnerships since the old games. They had all those interactables in between Street Fighter Cross Tekken and even like Tekken Tag, all of those. So it's the classic matchup. I've always used Law, but he was always like a little bit of a difficulty for me to play. Okay. I think he had a little difficulty curve. So I'm seeing all the moves that I've recognized. Obviously, the flip kicks. Didn't see the command grab. I wish I had seen that.
I didn't see the command grab anywhere either. I haven't seen that yet. No stash. One thing I want to say: no stash. Remember he used to rock a stash. Doesn't have it anymore. Kind of funny.
The goatee in SFXT.
Yes, in SFXT it was kind of even longer. Definitely a lot of homages to any kind of Bruce Lee architecture characters, right? But martial law has been doing it for quite some time. I think the only other character, oh my god, the flexing. This man is 0% body fat, by the way.
1-inch punch.
Yeah, the 1-inch punch. You got the I don't know, that's the chicken wing. You got chicken wing, of course. The 1-inch punch again, but the 1-inch punch into like the heat drive, right? And the heat rush, excuse me. Super oppressed. I don't know what it is. Like, I know we watched Paul and we broke that down, but I don't know what it is about Marshall's hits. But like in this trailer, like it felt like he was hitting harder. Like I don't know what the effects are, if they're slightly different, but man, like I've said it time and time again, but Tekken, those hits, you feel it. But with Marshall, the power that man puts behind there, like it's something else for sure.
It's I don't know how to explain it. Now, I'm not listening to it. I'm watching you without sound, but I mean, I'm kind of a little bit, like I said earlier, I moves that I do see the 4-3-4, like the heavy kick to light kick to heavy kick, which I used a lot. But like, I wish they would show a little bit more of this. Well, they did a sidestep punch. That was pretty cool. But like, I wish they showed a bit more of like the stances and like I said to Meza a couple weeks ago, I want to see more like actual fighting in the game. Like I want to see a 1v1.
Yeah,
maybe it's too early in development, but I don't want to see training mode the whole time.
The gameplay trailers are awesome, but it's funny enough. I've seen some postings online. People are like, "Yo, like that's cool," like, but they're kind of boring. It's like we know what to expect. Move this, throw super. Like we're not actually getting any in-game gameplay, right? I mean, this is in-game, but we're not actually seeing like the UI. We're not seeing an actual game being played. We're just seeing this is still an exhibition, which it's expected. Like you said, it's still early on. Tekken 8 is not coming out this year. There's still a lot of development to be done, a lot of work to be done. So they're not going to send anything out until it's finalized. I mean, hell, some of this stuff might even change by launch still, right?
And that's if I may, that's the other thing. Like the game. Like when you see Tekken, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I know it's Tekken. And my brother, again, who's a casual to see it with like a regular eye, is sort of like, well, it's just Tekken again. I just see it looks better, but it's still Tekken.
They don't see the little intricacies here. Like, it's gonna take a little bit before you realize it, for sure. Especially some of these iconic characters. They're gonna change, but the additions, they're not going to give it all out in the trailer. They're going to give us a little taste for those that, like you said, that have the eyes to see it. They're gonna notice it. But it isn't until the game really, we actually get some real gameplay involved will we see how different these characters actually will be. Oh yeah, maybe. So not the only character we're gonna be jumping into. We do have this one. I think you're gonna have even more fun with, because I mean anything wrestling related. I mean I'm surprised you didn't play more King over like someone like martial law growing up.
I played King.
Oh, okay, you did though.
It was hard.
Okay.
And this is from an Eddie main. I just knew all of Eddie's moves, so I'm just like, I remember this, I remember that, and then with King, I'm like, I can't even get the frames on the. I didn't know it had to be like perfect frame on the grabs. I never knew the timing, so I was just like, I'm not learning this.
Like, moving on. Not about it. All right, well, we got a King trailer. I think this dropped. I think it was like yesterday or the day before. Oh, okay, 3 days ago. Sorry, 3 days ago. So it was on Friday. This dropped, and I must say, this is probably the flashiest I've seen King. To be honest, like King also one of those incredibly memorable characters. I want to say, lore-wise, respect the lore is actually more than one person underneath that mask over the history of Tekken. But this definitely, my man's he definitely went kind of a little bit to the Armika school, and I don't just mean that because he's rocking a microphone and he's a little bit more flashy. There's some of the moves here, I'm kind of like, bro, what? And once again, hey. My license for Tekken is very beginner friendly. Like I can't even say I got a license. I got a permit. All right, I got a permit for Tekken. I don't got a full license yet. I haven't taken the test yet. But from what I've seen and from just some doing initial research here, like there's definitely some new additions here that we're seeing. Some callbacks even to like kind of like the Tekken 2 and even somewhat Tekken Tag. But yeah, like like I said, overall, like. He is looking extremely flashy as ever been before, but with some new tricks, including what is it? We got a couple of wrestling moves here. If you like enlighten us, what are we seeing?
So, by the way, just a shout out to Lil Majin. I know he's the most entertaining King that I've ever seen, at least in the last game. And by the way, I did main King in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. So yeah.
Okay. But that was a different game, right? That was just Tekken characters, Street Fighter characters that look like Tekken characters.
Let me just say, from the rip, we got the big boot to the face,
the power crush
from the
power crush run cancel.
Exactly. Yeah. How my dude that hit back like Test getting hit with the boot, or Test hitting somebody with the big boot. Shout out to Test, rest in peace. We got the clothesline from hell with the arm drag. I know you're showing something else on the screen. I'm looking at the side so I can pause it a little bit here. So my bad if it doesn't see here. But we got faces for radio. Anyway, the pedigree's in there. And we got the, dare I say that's a code breaker somewhere earlier on, when he puts the knees on the back and flip out.
The lumbar check? I want to say
it's a lumbar check too, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lumbar check.
The lumbar check. Shout outs to, forget his name, but it doesn't matter. Then into just a pop-up power bomb or Batista bomb, whatever you want to call it. Power bomb, the Irish whip into the wall.
Power bomb. Oh, that's a Batista, bro. That is definitely some Batista type.
So pause it right here.
What you got? Oh God, the knee to the face.
Yeah, that is all definitely like. So the 2 kicks. He doesn't even do the 2 kicks. It looks like it's a 10 hit. Started a 10 hit combo. Because I was always wondering, like, where is that ever? Like, where can you ever use that? My goodness, did he use it here? And then you can command grab smoothly into the knee to the face. Like, that's a command grab, I believe. In Street Fighter Cross Tekken, it was only crouch only that you can use that.
Was it?
Yeah. And that's in Cross Tekken. Now, I don't know about original Tekken, but I do believe there's some conditioning in original Tekken that you got to do in order to get that move to come out.
Okay.
Yeah, and by the way, the promo skills, obviously his mouth not moving.
My question is, what the hell is he saying?
He's roar. Saying Samoa Joe, there's only a 3 in a 33rd chance of you getting anyway. All right.
But yeah, we got
Steiner math.
We got to see integration of the the RKO.
The RKO is in there too.
RKO is in there. Yeah, they definitely are like, we are gonna make them we're gonna call it all out, all the Easter eggs. We got the boot. Utility to the boot is kind of wild.
Power bomb too.
Yep. Man, again with the rage art, in which we're getting, I don't even know what the call is. I don't know if there is an official move to this. I just know it's pretty. I'll tell you right now, and that pretty painful is really what I meant to say, because Paul ain't having it. The thing that trips me out, you know, what's funny about even fighting games to this day is like proper physics for being like upside down when it comes to your hair. Like Paul's hair should definitely be like hanging a bit. I know nitpick, super fucking random nitpick, but it was just like something that threw me off. Just because it's Paul's hair and it's like, see, like if it was straight up, it actually nobody would have guessed twice. It would have been like, yeah, that it could do that. But because it's like combed over, I'm like, that don't look right. But back to King though. Yeah, I don't know. Is this an actual like move in wrestling in any kind of way, shape, or form? Like no, nothing.
You want to kill the dude? I mean, his leg is under his knee. If you see that there.
Yeah,
and that's just everywhere. There's a bit of clipping everywhere going on.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a bit of a Rorschach type of image I'm seeing here. But yeah, all you got to know is Paul is in some pain. We got the pyrotechnics in the background, and we got the hardcore flexing, and then we got like the luchador, you know, dive afterwards as his what looks like to be his outro.
He's honestly looking like he's out of straight out of Ultimate Muscle. I did message you when I first saw it. I was like, man, I kind of wish that they gave his mouth some flaps, some movement.
Yeah, I remember you saying that, and I was just like, what in the hell is he talking about? Like you want it to actually start moving. First of all, I like the anime tripped me out, because I'm pretty sure the Netflix anime I'm talking about, you know, Triangle City, right? Everybody's in shadow. Yes. Illuminati, or they're Jay-Z fans, whichever way. I think his eyes moved in that one, which that one tripped me out, and I was like, this, like just logically, I was like, this doesn't make sense. And having him talk, it's like that'd be kind of strange.
But at least maybe the mouth moved, not for talking, but for the fight. Just
maybe
the roaring.
Maybe. We'll see.
No, it's a mask, of course, but you know, don't want to break kayfabe. You know, it's also an actual cheetah there, or jaguar there. So
the power bomb, by the way, the Alex style power bomb that he does, the follow up is kind of like, this is what I mean, like power bomb. Oh my god!
Yeah. Like, before that swinging power bomb, he does do his original. I say original, but the last game he had that combo where he would pop you up into the
air and then bring you down.
No, he would do a launcher. I think it's into the 3-4, like back 3-4 or forward 3-4, where he does the 2 kicks. It's a little bit after that, but it's just the familiarity is there, and then the added command grabbing specialty moves, and then even the heat rush into the armor was sounded even more ridiculous.
The more I see these gameplay, the more I see these gameplay trailers, like the more I'm trying to really understand the heat rush even more. Oh yeah, the boot. I remember. Yeah. Oh god, so gross. I'm trying to understand the heat system even more, and like where the utility is at. Like, I mean, it's everywhere, right? Like it's enabling him to do quite a bit more. I mean, there's other new moves, right? Like that boot already is showing to kind of dividends there in terms of what it could possibly do. But that's like kind of been like my main thing when it came to these Tekken gameplay trailers. It's just like, all right, what's he enabling us to do? Because if it's gonna be such a main mechanic, you know, they need to sprinkle it enough in there for us to understand what the possibilities are, so you can kind of theory craft, man. It's a little bit of the theory crafting, but for sure I think it's gonna enable, like, it's very offensive, man. It is just so offensive. But we're definitely seeing some of those cases here throughout the actual match itself, with like heat and some power crush and armor in between and such. It's freaking dangerous, dude.
And real quick, before moving on, like the heat gauge, I want to see where it is that Harada actually alluded to, that everyone would be able to use it, and everyone would be able to know how to use a character based off the heat gauge. So that's what I'm trying to catch with all of this from what he was saying. So that's why, again, I want to see a 1v1.
Yeah, want to see an actual, just full-on gameplay, all resources. This is all great. This all looks amazing, and I'm fucking hyped to play it for sure. I'm definitely going to put my head in the ring, my Jaguar mask in the ring to try. But at the same time, it's like, I need to see like what it's going to be like with resources. Like, how often do you expect to use, you know, like how effectively can the heat system be, right? How often can you actually use it? Is it going to be something like an X Factor type of thing? Are we going to, I mean, of course we do know more about it, like by the system, you know, you're going to be able to use it every round and all, but to what extent, right? How many of these are stitched together? You get me? Like, is this something that is capable in 1 round's worth of resources, or is this like over 2? So that's what's going to dictate a lot of things, like the pace of the match, the cash out of it every time. or not at all? Like, is it carryover? I actually can't even remember. I don't know if you recall. Like, does he system like carry over between rounds? Because you could do it every round. So I'm assuming it's like V trigger.
Yeah, it'd be like
you
the
use it or you don't use it, or the rage arts. Okay, yeah, then that makes more sense then. Yeah, so we got all that Tekken 8 goodness came through for us. We do have, I think who are the last characters we have left? We have Jun
and
Jack.
That's it.
Nina, technically, yeah, Nina already got hers in her announcements, was kind of like her gameplay trailer. Yeah, so Jack and Jun, and now it's time, and then we'll be like ready for some new characters that we have yet to even have announced. So I'm assuming we're gonna be getting some of that like coming real soon. Evo's gonna have some crazy shit for sure. Like this lines up that if they do a character, you know, even if they do a character or two before Evo, like Evo lines up to be some fire stuff. Oh, Evo Japan, that's right.
But again, you know what? I'm not even hyped for Evo Japan because when we were there, they had no announcements or almost anything.
Yeah.
It was very formal. It was very, very clap.
Definitely was the golf clap. But we'll see how things shape up. New management, new Evo, who this. We'll see how it turns out there. You know, give us what we want. It's a hell of a year to do. If you're gonna do it, like this is the year to do it. You got Street Fighter on the horizon. You know, Strive is still doing its thing. Tekken 8 has been announced. MK12 we're waiting to hear on. Project L's always looming. Like there's just a whole lot in playing in the field right now. So if they're gonna make some waves, now's the time, or else you're just gonna have to sit it out with everybody else. All right, so from one wrestling character to another, we had what was probably very, I don't know, man. It was such an overwhelming kind of response to all the gameplay that got released for Zangief. So Street Fighter 6, Capcom decided to send out a trailer, or had a trailer go out for Zangief. I think it was just shortly after last week's show. I think honestly it was like about 6 days ago. Yep. There was a developer match that went down, showcasing, once again, we talk about that one-on-one, you know, gameplay, right? Like to watch and actually see and break down. It's kind of like the way Capcom's at, but once again, much closer to release, so they have this footage to kind of put out there. So it kind of goes with what we were stating earlier. So we got to see what will probably be the two biggest characters in the game currently, unless, you know, Abigail or Hugo or anybody else that's huge decides to show up. Zangief and Marisa, the kind of like the dream match that a lot of people have been waiting on because they thought it would be kind of great. Because no one's been able to rival the iron body of Zangief, really ever. So, yeah, a lot to unpack here, man. Like, I don't know about you, but there is so much here. And a lot of it, honestly, was also kind of expected. But, man, expecting it is one thing, but then seeing it in motion was just another. Like, watching Geef actually, you know... the things I was expecting was finally getting to see his Drive Rush,
yes.
I have to stop saying that. Anyway, the Drive Rush, man, we actually finally get to see Geef's Drive Rush, and it is scary. It is what I expected it to be like, but I still, you know what, man, I wasn't ready. I still was not ready. So his dash sucks, which is expected, but his Drive Rush, having a Drive Rush to, what is that, standing medium punch, correct?
That is definitely a medium.
Yeah, standing medium punch. So you got the neck chop, right? The collarbone, the clavicle destroyer, as you were.
It kind of has what resembles King's medium punch in Cross Tekken, or medium punch, where he had 3 of them and the third one was an overhead.
Yeah, Geef's like jab. I think it was his jab that was also in Street Fighter 4 was kind of like that. His far jab, like his close jab, obviously he has the chop, right? Like the close chop because it worked as an anti-air. It does that in 5 as well. But I believe
and medium punch was a wave around the screen.
Like, was it?
Not a screen, but like in front of him.
Okay, yeah. So this actually might be standing jab.
Yeah.
Regardless,
that's definitely medium. Sorry.
You're saying this is medium? Okay.
Yeah, push play and I'll see.
All right, so we're doing this at half speed just so we can kind of really sit in the moment here. We got the of course the body splash afterwards, but yeah, the Dragon Rush to standing medium punch. I'm already getting like kind of almost like green hand fever right now watching it. Yeah. Even with his the drive rush being green also kind of makes me, it kind of triggers me a little bit there. I've yet to understand in lore what the green energy is that Zangief has when he does that. Like
its hand is moving so fast that it banishing flats a fireball. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. That's the lore in my book right now.
That's right. It is banishing hand. That's right. All right. So so we've got the body splash, the headbutt, to crouching short to standing jab, a classic. So we got to see a little bit of that. We get to see some knockdown from Marisa, and then we get to see the parry, which I mean, you couldn't pick a better pose for Geef, right? He just puts his chest out there, and then just like, yeah, I'll take it. Not a big deal. No worries.
Hugo like,
look at me. Look at this. Look at this
very
unit.
Hugo like.
Oh, and then the perfect parry. Just flexing on you, like, yeah, this chest is about to just rip you a new one, right?
That's got to be the scariest thing. Now, do you remember? Are you able to change parry to one button?
I cannot recall whether or not you can macro that. I'm gonna have to look back and see.
I'm still a little iffy about it because I'm like, when I was playing at my friend's house, I'm like, I can't get used to just parrying a fireball with 2 buttons. Mind you, this was back in December.
Christmas okay.
No worries. And I'm just like, I cannot get used to this. I'm like, this was what? Who was I using? Chun-Li or something? And I'm like, I can't get used to this. I'm like, can I just continue the Christmas party? Thank you. Like,
so post that perfect parry, man. We got a look at the heavy. That was definitely a heavy SPD, because you can always tell by the height is one of the biggest ways, but also the amount of rotations is also the other way of telling. Definitely got the heavy SPD, but no, heavy SPD puts them hella far away.
Yeah, it always has. The light ones usually have the faster startup and closer recovery. But man, he have to move a whole truck space.
Yeah, forward, hard knockdown on that. And remember, hard knockdown, you cannot back rise. What is it called? Talk about that, right? Backwards recover. It's quick rise, but then there's like you can recover backwards. I just can't remember what it's called. You can't do that on hard knockdown. So a setup like this where you then just drive rush. I had to stop myself so hard from saying the other word. You had to drive rush in to kind of media standing jab or even a kick. He's got the knee, right? The classic, the flying knee, but a whiff into then EX grab from that distance. Like, bro, like I'm already like I already feel mixed, and I haven't even played against this damn character.
No, I like. Yeah, I don't know why he has that much range. I mean, it's giving me vibes of when they buffed in Street Fighter 4 the light SPD, and you'd go to the arcade. I remember going to the arcade and being like, did they really buff this? And seeing it for real, I'm like, I can't.
Oof, yeah, but Marisa also.
But this Marisa stuff, I mean, were there a bit of Rekkas throughout? Did you see? Because there was an earlier on, I saw her go do a punch into a lower punch.
There seems to be. Oh God! Oh no! Hold on. Before fuck that.
All
right. You know what? We're not even going to talk Marisa yet. We're not talking Marisa yet. We're about to break down what we're watching. So the round 2 start to the developers. We're actually getting a jumping Geef to roundhouse. Nothing new. You get the double kick, right? The kind of like the drop kick animation look. The craziest part about it, even though this is also on counter hit, so we still don't know, we're only going off of the footage we're given here, the fact that you're getting a wall bounce from this is bonkers. So I'm already seeing an easy counter hit this to wall bounce to what is it called?
Let me see what it happens. Go ahead.
Lariat is probably like a go-to afterwards, letting that load up.
Granted, that's just counter hit, that's not punish counter.
Yes, also very true. Yeah. Very true. Yeah, on counter hit, not a wall bounce, a wall splat from that. The drop kick, the spinning drop kick, is that the term? I don't know
I want to say heel kick, lingo. So to speak.
Okay.
So my thing is, real quick, if you want to go back just to here, back to maybe the start of the match. Where did he go? Go ahead. One more a little bit. So again, once more. So he did the jump drop kick, boom, hits him. And then he goes, parries. I guess he messes up the drive impact, flies in. All right, that. Was I going to talk about that?
Yeah, that jab juggle. I noticed.
Oh, I know what I was going to say.
I noticed that too. It's such a weird move. It's like he tried to stab you in your solar plex.
Yeah. I don't know what type of move that is. But it's sort of like I don't know. So that's obviously a punish counter. He's hitting her in between a move or after a move.
Mm-hmm.
And then does the heel kick. She ground bounces. He does the chop into the sky. So it's obviously a launcher. I think they're giving him these moves so that he can go into that super that we saw in the clip from Twitter, that he can do his air super.
Oh, the air super?
His air grab type of thing.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that can just set up into some type of launch reset 50-50. Like you have to jump out, get air grabbed in the air, or stay on the ground and get command grabbed on the ground. That's the scary part, Don't get punish countered, or you will legit eat a 50-50, or even just get red.
Bro, like that Marisa, when it started this whole, that looked like that looked like a crouching, short or a crouching forward. I would say forward more than anything else, just because of how much animation. The fact that Zangief just has no hitbox, ass is in the air, bro. There's nothing down here. Makes this move very viable in terms of blowing some things up. If he's airborne, which I would assume he is, but this is just further confirming how airborne he is. That he's gonna be able to blow up wake up grabs, maybe even drive rushes. Damn it, I almost made it. Drive rushes that are starting with low, like a forward or something that you kind of want to go with, right? He could just blow those up, and then you get the punish counter with the juggle.
And it's also a callback to his old move that he used to do, where I don't know if it was close medium or close heavy. He had it in the Alpha series where he would do I don't know how to explain the move. I'm gonna have to find it, but keep going.
Yeah, so after that, like I said, we got to see just a little bit more gameplay. It's got the the whole another check of the SPD where they're really trying to show his Dragon Rush. Drive Rush is the only method for him to really make that kind of closing on that space, which is kind of expected, right? You're a grappler. You're a grappler. They're definitely emphasizing hey, movement is gonna be a problem here. Got the triple chop too. If Zangief is having this much problem, that means he's going to rely even harder on the drive rush in order to kind of close off that space, which is really interesting. I haven't seen that many other characters at this point that have required it. I mean, we've worked with that initial roster from the beta. Everyone there is pretty mobile enough, but we're already understanding that Lily, the T-Hawk-esque character, kind of has his dash. We don't know if the motion's going to be like that entirely, the entire set, but Zangief, it makes sense. And of course, we do get the level 3. This isn't critical art, so we don't know what the follow-up is afterwards, but it is a good chunk of damage regardless. So past this, you just get some simple play. We get to see the drive rush once again, or excuse me, the drive impact with the clap. We got the Hulk smash, clap the air, clap your head, and then we got the wall, and we get some EX lariat as expected. It's very fast. The EX lariat is super quick, which is interesting. So I'm wondering. I was wondering if it was going to be a juggle state, but it seems even after a clean one hit, you don't have a second one or something like that to kind of relaunch afterwards, or to juggle with to get a little extra damage. So I'm trying to figure out what the actual use case for the meter will be there. And then of course we get to close off the actual match itself with Marisa. Actual CA, we've seen her level 3 a while ago. We've even contemplated as to what the hell the CA was, even looking at trailers that show just little glimpses of it, but we actually get to see the entirety of the animation,
uncensored.
Yeah, completely uncensored. She's just hey, take my love. The love's in the fist. Take all of it is what she says, as she just basically kills a man. I don't know what to tell you. Your neck is not supposed to go that far in. This is Like, he should be dead by all rights and purposes, but you know, it is what it is. We do have a very strong woman here with a Spartan helmet as a haircut, so anything is possible. That gel is holding, but yeah, she just, you know, digs the hand in there a little bit and leaves you with a little heart. Whoop. Just to, you know, this is all my love. Take it. This isn't just Zangief exclusive. Maybe it'd be kind of cute if it was. It'd be cute if, like, maybe with each character you get a different symbol or something like that. Maybe if she doesn't like you get, like, it's a skull. But you know, regardless, you know, hey, if you're gonna punch a, I don't know, 9, 10, 12-year-old girl like Lily into the wall, and might as well put a heart on it. Whoop. Right. That's all I'm thinking of. Yeah, so we get to see.
I swear.
We also get to see the love. We get to see the parry. We get to see the parry on Gief's side. I know it's got a specific name, and it's his V skill 2 in Street Fighter 5.
Nope.
What is it?
Nope. They gave him an extra move. It's forward 2 kicks. And it just blocks. It blocks.
Is that what it is? My bad.
It counters any kicks and does a dragon screw.
That's how often I see it, because it just doesn't really exist.
I've only seen Rickwell use it, and I'm like, why do you use it?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool, but like, what's the yeah, if the use case, if the utility is not there, it's really hard to justify throwing out a move that, you know, it's a counter. And coming from a player that, you know, deals with counters a lot, yeah, you have to be very, very careful with them. The nature of them is, yes, big reward, but it's incredibly high risk. But yeah, we get to see the round the match get completely finished off with that. We got the Gief pose once again. Hold it in, get your flex on, and then we, of course, Steamboat Willie our way out of there. Or actually more like Thomas, the train.
Choo choo.
Yeah. Yeah. So Gief, man, Gief's looking potent. Like, he's dangerous.
Looking like a whole factory,
dude. New stage, by the way. You know, obviously we get to sit down and look at it even more.
But is that Sagat?
That's not Sagat.
Is the referee Sagat?
No, it's not Sagat. Come on, man.
All right. Well, by the way, there's a little bit of a variation I want to talk about in Marisa's Super or CA. Is that in her original level 3 that they showed, she stands up in front of the person. And this one, she didn't.
Yes.
She just straight
That's
up.
That's right. You didn't get the overarching, like, look at me, right? Like, and she actually is like imposing. You're right. That just might be a level 3 thing. That's all. Mm-hmm. More than likely, that's what it is. But I mean, this gameplay. Also, there's one other thing I wanted to bring up. Actually, yeah, about 115. We get to see something which I have to also double check and verify. I haven't had a chance to. Is Marisa having, like, armor break capabilities? Like, Gief has a lot of armor moves, like, I believe standing punch, forward medium punch, you know, the one where he cocks back and he hits it. Even in Street Fighter 5, is it forward heavy? Yes, yeah, forward heavy. That also has armor. It seems to be pulling through here too, but we're seeing Marisa actually have just straight armor break capabilities. Like, I'm talking just, it rips through armor. So, you know, in previous fighting games, like when it came to, you know, let's say like Street Fighter 4, right, with focus attack, there were focus attack moves that naturally broke focus attack. Like, you didn't have to hit them more than once.
Or reversal.
Or yes. And in this game, drive impact have been stated. You know, we've talked about it a while ago. There's 7 different ways you can protect yourself from drive impact. One of them being, you know, kill the durability. 3 hits, right? You do 3 hits, it only gets 2. Third hit will break it. But and like supers, right? Supers outright beat it. Level 3s will outright beat it. Those, but that's like beating it. We're talking armor break right now. Like, I don't recall anyone from the cast having, but because no one's had armor at this point. Yeah, no one's had armor. No one that we've actually been exposed to has had armor in the game right now. This is what kind of also intrigued me. I'm like, oh, okay, so now we have armor break capabilities. Like, is this just going to be kind of is this a Marisa only thing? Is that going to be part of her kit as to what's going to make her potent, that she just, you know, doesn't care about your armor moves? But I'm like, how effective is that? Because right now we know for a fact 8 of the characters don't have armor moves because we played them, right? We already know. Could something change? Absolutely, but
was he in Drive Rush?
No, this is not Drive Rush. This is not Drive Rush that he's in. He's putting out, I think it's the forward. I think it might be the forward. Actually, maybe.
Did he cancel? Look at his.
He might have canceled. You might be right. Looking at a frame.
He canceled into he may have canceled into a
drive
so I'm gonna keep an eye on the drive. Drive gauge. So he just used 2 to rush.
Yeah, he did. Okay.
Wait.
So it was.
When you get counter hitted, you lose some.
But right before it, though, he also, like, if you look, he has his ink block drive impact. Look, he was about to clap. It shows. Investigation right here live on this show. Make sure to follow us at Double Tap FGC. Yeah, so okay, he did drive impact. So Marisa does indeed just straight rip through armor on drive impact. So it isn't a multiple durability thing. It's just like old school focus attack breakers. It seems like some of her kit also applies that. So that's interesting. That makes her very menacing. That means, drive impact, your use of drive impact is different in a Marisa match at this point, than any other character. We don't know who else might end up getting it. For all we know, Zangief might have one, right? We don't know. Maybe Forward Fierce can also break. Maybe fully charged, it breaks it. Because we did see it with one of her EX moves. We don't know if it does it with her standard version of that move. But yeah, there's a lot of little details here, definitely to check out. The kick, by the way, the drop kick. Yeah. Feel you thinking a certain rainbow Mika might have been like, yo, you know what? Like, Geef's been known to take moves. Remember, the SPD is not actually Geef's.
Oh no?
No, it's Hagar's. He learned it from watching Hagar, but Hagar took his lariat. Like, that's why they share those moves, because they actually saw each other do it with the TV or whatever. They copied it because they were fans. So now to see Zangief get a drop kick, and now his whole they're really trying to, I don't want to say not ship, but the stories between Zangief and Mika definitely crossed more, especially in 5, right? They were in the ring and stuff like that. Wondering if maybe there's a couple pointers that maybe potentially the student has shown the master. Not really sure, but
so the move I was talking about of that overhead kick is definitely looking like as if he uses forward medium kick, but in the old games, but in a different. I sent them to you, by the way.
Oh,
but in a different, so to speak, angle, because in 2D you're not going to see them sort of flip that kick like as if they're Sean, but he's sort of doing that like in an upwards angle to sort of anti-air. I don't know if you can see on either the Alpha one, both the Alpha one and the Street Fighter 2 one have. So go to if you're looking at the Street Fighter 2 one, there's a forward heavy kick, forward HK, third row.
Mid row.
Third row.
Third row.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember forward heavy kick. Yes. Mm-hmm. I do remember that move.
And then the other sprite in the Alpha one, if you open that one up, he sort of has that same type of deal going on there.
Yes, because he even had it in Marvel, because they used this. They used this sprite for Marvel too when he was in there. Yeah, I do remember it, because it looked like isn't it like his launcher or something? No, his launcher is.
I don't know.
In Marvel 2.
His launcher is just a crouch fierce or something.
Yeah, it's just
that could be it too. I don't know.
I swear I've seen it more often in Marvel 2 than any other game. But yeah, I do recall that. Yeah, it looks like maybe that drop kick might be replacing that, because he didn't do that in game, did he?
Not really, not necessarily. He had a sort of he had some sort of variation of it in Street Fighter 4 that I can't recall. But it was more of he didn't fall down with it. It was close medium kick.
Gotcha. Yeah, but Zangief, oh man. So with Zangief kind of tied up, I think he's gonna be extremely potent. I think this is gonna be a bit of an interesting time for grappler players. We'll go in depth in that in a minute, but before we head on to our next subject, guys, we'll be right back. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna go get some quarters for the machine. We've got things to reset. We've got a community question to get into that we didn't even plan, that actually came up from our viewers. We're gonna get into that, so you guys just stay tuned. We will be right back. All right, and yeah, so Grapplers, man. Grapplers are looking kind of strong, and I don't mean this in just like Geef looking good, but like King is looking good. Like it's so interesting. Like the archetype right now in these next gen of games. I feel like now more than ever we're seeing it that like, yes, if you're a grappler, if you're a grappler player, we still have our archetypes, right? We still have our zoners, we still have like our speed characters, but big body characters, traditionally have been kind of a bit like, I don't want to say they're underrepresented, but it's tough, right? Especially at a high level, you only have so many. Whether it's your Abigails, your Geefs, your Pots, Gold Lewis's, right? Like it just kind of keeps going. But like we're seeing them now. Like I feel like I'm seeing way more of them. I don't know if I'm just keeping an eye out more, but seeing them more now than ever. And just like Geef's gameplay just solidified how dangerous these characters just are. And I'm also kind of filled with just a feeling of excitement, right? Because I want more variety. I want as much variety as possible, like in terms of viability for characters, because the more characters that are viable, the more like of a kind of an entertaining factor we have there, right? When it comes to fighting games, like you don't want to see the same 4 characters, right? Like what is it? Slashback just went down over the weekend. That was like Apologies Man's event for Guilty Gear Strive. I think in top 8 it was 2 Happy Chaos, 2 Leos, 2 Nagos. We had a Faust, obviously. I can't think of the 8th one though right now. Right off the top of my head, because I got to watch some of it last night as well. Got to watch most of it. I was just putting it on the side, the character variety, like it wasn't there as much. But at top 8, it is what it is when it's characters at a high level, like. Whatever works. But Street Fighter, like especially 5 by the end of it now, like you're seeing more variety than ever because like the game's been figured out to such a high level. It's been around for so long that characters tend to develop. I feel like I'm getting the opposite here from like 6, and granted to a degree maybe Tekken, but Tekken still has way more to show. But like 6 is just like, man, everybody is, yes, you are your archetype, but the universal systems give everybody these abilities. And watching Geef play just kind of further emphasize that shit to me. And I'm like, damn, like we actually might just see just such an explosion of character variety so early. And if the DLC supposed leaks are anything to go by, like it's going to be across the board. So I'm super entertained. I can't wait. I'm excited for it. I just really don't want it. I'm so dreading the days of dealing with Geef right now. You have no idea. Like T-Hawk was one thing. T-Hawk was one fucking thing. But seeing Geef play like that, I was instantly like, just like we are so screwed.
From a Chun-Li main in Street Fighter 4, keeping him out was not easy. Even though it's like a 7-3 matchup, it's still not easy. It can just turn the tide whenever. And sure. I'm just no. I'm fine without it. But it's okay. These are things, and we're gonna have tools. I'm sure.
I hope. Command grab beats the DI. Help.
You try to. Oh wait, there's no EXSBK. That's that goes. But there's still DP where you can get air grab.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. This is dangerous. It's a dangerous time. All right. So with that, we do have one thing to get into. Of course, we do have our community question or pseudo community question. This actually was not kind of intended. But our awesome community over on Discord, mash.gg/Discord, come join us there. Post it up. So we were talking about Street Fighter 6 and the characters, right? We now have our roster. We have our base roster with, of course, Cammy being in there, with Lily, of course, Zangief. Those were like the last 3 because we knew DJ, Manon, Dawson, E Honda, Marisa, Ken, Ryu, Chun-Li, Jamie, Kimberly, Jury. Is that everybody? I think I got everybody.
Sure.
Yeah, a Guile.
Or you can just do the Family Guy. Blanca, Zangief, Chun-Li, Guile, E Honda. That's Street Fighter.
Oh yeah, Blanca. There you go. That's Street Fighter Peter. So we know the roster now. and we know there's going to be DLC on the way. So kind of asked in a previous episode, like what are you guys most hyped to go play now that you know what you're going to be able to get into come June 2nd when the game actually does release. So we got Leonix, longtime listener, hitting us up saying 100%, 100. This ain't 2% milk, this ain't 98%, 100% dairy. We're going with Marisa, giving those hard hitting moves. So looks like they're just gonna definitely go in on Marisa, which is fun. I stated before, if you want to really understand a system, especially for a new game, pick a new character that was built for that. That's never been in any other game. That's not a legacy character, because that character was built for those systems in mind, or maybe to possibly, in Marissa's case, counter those systems in mind. Versus legacy characters where they have to like tweak them to that. Hence why, Strive had so much shit thrown at it, because it's a different system, but you had so many iconic characters you had to bring back. You had to change them to that. People, didn't like that too much. That's the Omen. Looking at Kimberly as a main, but Marisa once again, number 2. Looks like a lot of fun. So we got more in the Marisa camp once again. Kimberly, we're still on new characters still. Ultimate Luck chimes in with DJ, our first legacy character. Pretty fun and looks like combining with finally being able to get over the apprehension of playing charge characters. So it looks like it's a time to learn. That's if we even know if DJ is charge. We actually don't know still if he's charge or not. Might be pulling a Vega, right? Vega got changed up in Street Fighter V. Traditionally a charge character. It's not. Makes it likely that he'll be playing him, at least for a bit. But if I don't end up liking him, I'll probably play Marisa. Okay, I didn't know the rest of that sentence said that. So right now our listeners are like 100% Marisa. This is like the Marisa Spartan Club right now, which is really interesting. For myself, I still am definitely going to play Jury. I think Jury will be my main. I'm having a lot of fun with her. But I definitely want to try some of the new stuff. So Manon, I think historically now is just like been on my mind to play. Like Jamie's cool. I like Jamie, but it's like, I don't know. Not to say I don't like having a fireball, because like Manon doesn't have a fireball, but she looks like she's got some reach. So I'm fine with fighting you like a man on the other side of the screen. That's perfectly fine with me. So I would say definitely Jury and Manon are gonna be my go-to. I mean, I could always throw the occasional Killer Bee in there. Why not? Like everybody, I think we're gonna see record amounts of Cammy players in this game. But what about you, Static? How you feeling? Who's got your eyes?
Oh man. It's definitely Chun-Li, and then into like Manon especially. Just I don't know what it is about the able sort of grappler. I want to explore the character, and roller coasters in the back.
There you go. Yeah, that's a pretty good selling point for you.
Right here. So there's Manon, definitely Chun-Li. From what I remember, Jamie as well.
Oh, I'd say you're dabbing in Jamie a bit.
Yeah, he has a Fierce that has 3 hits. And I'm like, how do I react to Drive Impact? I wish I could try. So then there's that. And
fuck reactions, just one button.
Yeah, skibbity bat. That's it.
Damn.
Kung Lao straight through, right?
Ooh, that's a good comparison. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. I want to see more alternate outfits. Really do. But yeah, those 3 were speaking out to me, especially Cammy as well. I mean, I don't know if you can see through my screen here. For those that are watching from home, it is my what's it called? But I know you can't see my screen.
His wallpaper is literally Cammy.
My bright behind freaking photos behind me. You can probably see it, but it's just Cammy out there.
Yeah, my dude's in that camp for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely just the nostalgia factor is definitely there. Who else? I don't know. But definitely like I don't want to say there's not a character. It's not as struggling as Guilty Gear is for me to find a main in this game. Because Guilty Gear, obviously it's Ino, of course. That's the main, but it's just like, man, did they neuter her? They took away so much that I found fun.
You're tired of suffering is what it is.
Man, I remember when I first played that beta for Guilty Gear, and I did an air Formaticcio is the other. Or is it? No, Formaticcio is the one in the air.
Yes.
I did that move in the air, and Ultimate Weapon just yanked me out the sky immediately. I was like, this shouldn't be. If I've delayed my landing with a big bubble, like let it burst, but boom, 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 boom. Wow.
Yeah, let's hope for Street Fighter 6 that's not the case. But I think the way the game is shaping up, I think it's just gonna. I think no matter what you pick, you're gonna end up having fun.
Well, I agree, because it's not like it was in Street Fighter 5, where you're like Dalsim versus Zangief was like if you threw out a limb, you were getting EX command grab. Like even if you threw out a limb in the air, you were getting EX command grab. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
like when you first do you remember when you first saw getting EX command grab from like a screen away? Like, whew, boy.
Yep. I mean, it's still happen. There's some weird interactions like that, even in other games like KOF 15 that'll happen, and for sure.
Oh yeah, I've seen Luke's super hit from like 10 feet off the ground in Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, that I still don't get. Yeah. I was getting tired of getting hit with that. It's like any crouching forward into EX uppercut into then like CA or level 3, like. Even though he literally looks like he whiffs, you just fall on his back because I guess the hit detection is just, it lingers and you still get hit. It's like that's whack.
But granted, it's also a level 3. It's a level 3 super. You know, you want a level 3 super to have sort of all of that coverage. So I'm definitely looking forward to those characters. I want to try Ken. Ken is a main. I just don't like his outfit, his motif going on there. I'd just like to see more of a cleaner Ken. You know what I'm saying? Ponytail, maybe? I don't know.
Fuck that. I want him to come back to the streets where he belongs. Ken is about the streets, bro.
I'm just saying what I want to see.
Oh, just see what I'm saying. I'm just saying what I'm seeing. So it seems like Marisa's kind of been getting a bit of the glow up there, but all these characters that are showing up, they're all going to be interesting. I think the system is going to help explore these whole characters very, very well. So June 2nd, honestly, man, I can't get. We're already at the end of March, man. We're getting into April.
73 days,
something like that. Yeah. So it's gonna be a roller coaster of emotions, pun intended there for Static G. But yeah, guys, that's. I mean, I don't know about you, but I think we're closing up shop with that because we had a pretty strict week of just gameplay, of course. We do have a couple updates that we want to. I mean, actually, I want to throw up one mod. I want to throw up one mod that I am definitely a fan for. A fan of.
Surprise me.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure you've seen this mod as well. So let's give some love out there because.
Oh, I know.
Actually, you know what? There's two mods I want to give some love for. I'm not sure which one I want to bring up first though.
Take my dang head.
I'm gonna just go for one. I'm gonna go for one only because I know the presentation on this one is just ridiculous, and it got me pretty hyped because I had first seen the actual like costume in the official game. Then I had no idea this was actually being turned into a mod.
I forgot to mention Winter Ball 3D just happened this weekend, and
I had forgotten Winter Ball 3D just like was a thing this weekend, to be honest.
Oof. Well, remember there was also the MJ.
Yep.
Yes, they had their event as we talked about last time. But also, let me see. Did Big Dame win anything?
Oh, is this the Big Dame counter?
He did not.
He didn't. Damn.
It's okay. I'd like to hear his stories. I might see him Thursday. I'm not sure at the lab, but I did see him last month during their monthly. But anyway, shout out to Big Dame.
Shout out to Big Dame.
From him
for sure.
In the future.
We'll get him on the show.
You can probably hear him now if you just.
Yeah. Yep.
Nah.
I'm gonna get a button for that. Trust. I'm gonna get a button for that.
His pie.
His laugh in general.
Oh, okay.
All right. So yeah, this showed up on my feeds. I'd already seen this. If you're a fan of Mega Man, I think it's called Mega Man Dive. Is like the gacha game. That's where these costumes come out. But we got a Devil Trigger, or what is it? Is it Devil Trigger? Is it considered Devil Trigger? What's the actual title of it? Hold on, I actually have to verify that. Yeah, okay, it's called Dante Trigger and then Virgil Trigger, Zero and Dante for Mega Man N0. and these look phenomenal. So a little bit, I'm like 90% sure the Mega Man one is also from Mega Man Dive. I haven't seen that, but I've seen the official artwork for the Virgil Zero one, because that was making its rounds on Twitter and causing a lot of people to just get very scared, because there's already nothing scarier than having a Zero Virgil on a team. Now imagine if Zero and Virgil were one. That's a thing of nightmares, goddammit. I don't care if you saw Scream 6. This is scarier. Like it just really is.
That's scary.
This is scarier. This is absolutely scary.
Yes. No,
but we get to see that the Dante one for Mega Man actually looks fire. Like no pun intended. It is really dope. It is really cool to see. I mean, obviously it is just Zero both ways, but you know what it is. Both robots with human faces, all that good stuff. Throw in the lore. But yeah, this was done by Zeno. Zeno_TG on Twitter. Posted this up. This is out. Yeah, exactly. Out now. This dropped about 2 days ago. It looks phenomenal. The trailer for it was dope. Go listen to it. Go watch it. Go install it. Go play it. It's really dope. And if you like Mega Man Dive, I think these guys are available for you to possibly, roll on and actually get. It's a gacha game, so it's all about the money you put into it. So good luck for that. Yeah, it's on Nexus Mod. It's not Game Banana where a lot of the stuff is. It might get hosted there, but if you check out Zeno, once again, Zeno_TG on Twitter, you'll see the direct links right under that post. And with that, actually, Zeno did post with the Mega Man and Zero skin. That was like their 100th mod that they've created. So shout outs to the modders. Like, you guys, I just like I can't just like over exaggerate like how like it's hard to exaggerate it, because like modders do incredible work. And if you look at like the history of like video games, like there's modding and such has created some of the biggest games that we have now. Like they are just mods of an existing game that people decided to take and build on something, and it can create entire ecosystems. It's super deep. So when I see this, I get super excited, because we don't know, like Zeno could just be the one that maybe cracks the formula to like the bounty for getting custom and regular characters, expanding the character select screen on Marvel 3. Now Marvel 3 evolves into something else, right? That then evolves into maybe the next Marvel game, right? But it all starts from some people that do incredible work, doing all the coding and just bringing some of these characters like that had no intentions in any way, shape, or form to be in this game actually show up.
Were you not on the show when me and Meza? I think me and Meza did cover that with the remember the character select bounty. Well, they found a way to character select, but it wasn't. Yeah, but it wasn't like original character. It was just for custom ones. Yeah, it wasn't the real deal. So the bounty is still out there. That 5Gs is still up for grabs. It's the kind of the golden ticket for that to happen. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I had to give some shout outs, of course, to that mod. It was amazing. It was just like, I'm a fan of Devil May Cry. What can I say? I'm also, I'm a little biased, but it still looked good. But yeah, that is gonna do it for us guys here. We appreciate y'all hanging with us here for another episode of Double Tap. We will be live, of course, next week, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, as per usual. Make sure to follow us. Follow the show at Double Tap FGC. We do have a YouTube page now. We have been uploading clips of the show here. We do have some content coming down the pipeline. Make sure to go subscribe. All love. We've been getting a lot of love out there. Go subscribe if you haven't already. Go check out our talks. Like I said, certain segments of the show get put out there. You guys can watch it. Full VODs of these episodes also do show up there, so you want to check out the visuals with us. If you didn't get a chance to catch us live on Monday and still want to check us out maybe on Tuesday on your lunch break or whatever, feel free. Remember, also YouTube's got the podcast tab now, so you can actually listen to our shows via YouTube as well, if that's kind of your go-to. I think it goes through the YouTube Music app or just the native YouTube app. You can just literally listen to it as podcasts there. But once again, we're still live on all popular podcast platforms of your choice regardless, so check us out there. Once again, at Double Tap FGC on Twitter and on YouTube, and make sure to follow us here on twitch.tv/mash those buttons when we do go live. Make sure to follow my awesome hosts. Of course, we got Static Gorilla. He's gonna be we're both gonna be neck deep in some Resident Evil coming up. I don't know if you saw the announcement, but we do have a Resident Evil podcast coming out that we're going to be going through the RE4 remake. We're some pretty big RE4 fans ourselves, so this remake, I mean, hey, it helped fund the Capcom Cup, right? Like $1 million, that's easy. That's all from the pre-orders from Resident Evil 4, no problem.
Like, well, you know, we got to give some love where the money's coming from. It is what it is. But make sure to follow him at Static Gorilla on all social medias and on Twitch, where he's either going to be playing RE4 or playing on TNS, you know, working on his scroll game, all that good stuff. I mean, are you playing anything else? Are you still on your Pokemon grind?
Yes, and also yes. Yeah, a bunch of just some content that's been going out. A lot of Resident Evil content on the channel. Get used to and ready for that. But also, yeah, Pokemon sometimes, but Resident Evil is going to take over my life.
Yeah. Foreseeable future. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. That demo took over my life a little bit. Sorry.
I've yet to. I gotta sit down and play it. All right, guys. So once again, if you want to get involved, make sure to join our awesome Discord, mash.gg/Discord, of course. Come say what's up. Get an FGC flare. Put on your name there. Come say hi. Come get some matches. I'm gonna start tagging some people to play some Strive matches. Anyone that wants to come up, come through. Feel free. But get involved there, of course, with things like community question, your mains and such. We're going to be going through those again. And of course, just like I said, awesome community we have there. We have some awesome modders there. We have some awesome competitors, some other streamers as well. Come join us. Come say what's up. Enjoy joining that awesome community there. We appreciate everyone that's been coming through. You guys can support the show free of charge, of course, liking, retweeting the episode. It helps a whole lot out. Posting it up in your groups and all. I've seen it getting shared around. We appreciate everyone that's doing that. So it's all love, whether it's a Reddit, anything like that. It all helps. Super appreciated for everyone that has been doing that. But yeah, if you guys want to support directly, make sure to visit mash.gg/support to see all the ways you can support MTB, of course. Shout outs to Mash Those Buttons, and make sure to follow them at the Mash Network, who's been hosting us since the beginning of the show's life. All up to them. Shout outs to Ja. But yeah, that's going to be it for us this week, guys. We appreciate y'all hanging with us for another episode of Double Tap. We'll be live once again, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time on Monday. But of course, with a podcast release that following Tuesday. We'll be getting to some more awesome gaming news around the fighting game community as well. And we'll see what stirs up in our little scene here. But until then, all love. And we'll see you guys, of course, next week. Peace.
See ya.